spot. The rest threw their bodies into the rapids rather than surrender.
Well, that does sound romantic. If we move fast, maybe we can get there in time to see the sunset.
These men were tortured. Not very inspired work.
Looks like they died before they were hanged.
Then why hang them?
Whoever did this wanted to put them on display. To send a message.
Whoever attempts to subvert justice shall meet the same fate. Caitlin, take a look at this.
It's the seal of Idendril. By order of the High Lord Regent.
Who's that?
There's message title. The only person with the authority to confer this seal is the Mother Confessor. Then who ordered these men killed?
I can pay you 15 gold pieces now. I'll have the rest soon, I promise. Please, Lord Regent, give me a little more time. You've had more than a month. It's been difficult for me to find work since you cut off my hand. Your hand was removed as punishment for stealing grain. Times were hard after the war. My family needed food. You were tried fairly and found guilty. In accordance with the law, you lost your hand. Wasn't that punishment enough? For theft. But to steal that grain, you also trespassed on Ulrich Larsson's land. Should that crime simply go unpunished? If the council and the Mother Confessor were here, they would never allow this. But they aren't here, are they? Please, have mercy. I'm showing you mercy, Sean. 50 gold pieces and you can go home. I don't have it. Please, don't take my other hand. Well, I'm not going to take your other hand. Tomorrow at dawn, cut off his head. No! No! Stop! Please don't kill him! No! I see why I asked you to come. I wish I could have gotten here sooner. Fyron's army is occupying the city. The people are afraid to oppose him. Even a wizard of the Second Order might find himself swinging from a noose if he tried to use magic to stop him. I need your help. What about Oleron's amulet? Fyron has it locked in the treasury, with 12 men guarding it.
I'll see the next prisoner.
I'll get it. There are not many wizards left in this world, Silas. Going in there would be tantamount to signing a death warrant. And how many more death warrants will be signed if we don't bring the Mother Confessor back to Idendril?
75 gold pieces.
Oh, wizard! Oh, they're all shoots! Here, Abu! Hooners! All around! Here, Abu! Hooners! All around! Here, Abu! Hooners!
Richard, those bodies we found were at least 2 days old. Whoever killed those men is long gone. Silas!
You know him?
He's a wizard of the Second Order from Idendril.
Cora! He's already cold. The breath of life won't work.
You can put your weapons down. Whoever shot him couldn't follow him here. He used this.
Oleron's amulet.
What is it?
It's a magical device that kept an Idendril.
It was devised hundreds of years ago as a safeguard. If the Mother Confessor were urgently needed, a skilled wizard could use the amulet to find her anywhere in the world and carry them both home.
He must have been shot in Idendril, and it seems he managed to recite the incantation just before he died.
He came here to tell you something.
It must have been important.
My guess is it has something to do with this High Lord Regent who ordered those men killed.
I have to get to Idendril. That's hundreds of leagues from here.
Zed, can you use that amulet to get us there?
His magic is only strong enough to transport a wizard and a confessor.
Then we'll meet up with you there. That could take weeks. Every day the quest is delayed, the keep grows stronger.
You and Kara continue the search for the Stone of Tears while Kaelin and I go to Eidendrill.
The Seeker needs his wizard and his confessor by his side. If we leave him again...
After we killed Dark and Wrong, you should have gone back to Eidendrill then. But instead you came with me.
The quest was more important.
The quest was my burden. I've kept you away from your home long enough.
My home is with you.
We've been apart before. We always find our way back to each other.
Diabo unus oleron nashkate.
Diabos
unus oleron nashkate.
Kaelin?
What happened? Why am I still here? And where's Ed?
How do you feel?
All in one piece?
Wish I could say the same for the amulet. At least it got us here safely.
It's good to be home. If Ed got to Eidendrill and realized I wasn't with him, he'd come back for me.
Maybe he can't. I have a feeling Zed got to Eidendrill with the other half of this.
But even if he did get there, look at what happened to Silas. Zed could be walking into a trap. The wizard isn't exactly defenseless. If I can get a horse, I can be there in less than a week.
You can't go alone. It's too dangerous. Car and I will go with you.
But the compass is pointing in the opposite direction.
And we'll follow it that way once we know Zed is safe. Let's go.
Silas knew that stealing the amulet could cost him his life. It's a rare man willing to make such a sacrifice.
Who are those guards?
Prince Fyron's men.
Prince Fyron. Of Kelton.
When Rahl fell, Fyron threw the Daharans out of Kelton and Eidendrill, and he jailed the council members and proclaimed himself High Lord Regent.
Forest near Delamar, we found 2 bodies hanging from a tree bearing the seal of Eidendrill round their necks.
Fyron's work. He's given bands of hoodlums the authority to enforce his laws, mostly archaic or invented, demanding fines. When people can't pay or won't, he makes examples out of them.
I've heard enough. Where can I find Prince Fyron?
Well, what crime could this lovely young lady possibly have committed?
It's a private matter.
Come closer. Tell me what I can do for you.
You can get out of my chair.
Command me, Confessor.
Order your man to stand down.
Death to anyone who harms her.
The Mother Confessor has returned to Eidendrill. Everyone answers to me, or you will meet the same fate as Prince Fyron. All of his edicts will be subject to my review. There will be no more unjust fines or executions. The rule of law will be restored to the Midlands.
What are you smiling about?
Nothing, I was just thinking.
About what?
Even though I'm worried about Zed, I have to admit, part of me is glad the amulet didn't work. I always dreamed we'd go to Eidendrill together.
Please, we won't do it again.
You violated the code of Eidendrill. If you don't pay your fine, you'll be put to death.
For kissing her? Let them go.
This is none of your concern, Seeker.
We're here under the authority of the High Lord Regent of Idendrew.
Release them now.
Or what? Get out of here! You're no confessor. What happened? Why didn't you confess him?
I couldn't.
What?
My power. It's gone. I knew I wasn't feeling right. I knew why.
It must have been the accident with the amulet.
Richard, this has never happened before. To any confessor, ever.
There has to be a way to fix it.
Confessor magic isn't something you can just fix. Without it, I'm not a confessor at all.
Hey. We'll get to Idendrew. We'll find Zed.
I don't even know if Zed's alive.
It takes more magic than a broken amulet to kill Zed. Trust me.
I asked our friends if we could borrow their horses. They didn't object.
The faster we move, the sooner we can get back to Zed. Come on.
The sentence issued by Prince Fyron was unduly harsh. His order for your beheading is hereby overturned.
Bless you, Mother Confessor.
Kaelin, I believe we can do more to mitigate this man's loss.
Just a moment, Zed. His hand was removed because he stole grain.
I had to feed my family.
But you stole that grain from another family.
Yes, Mother Confessor.
And according to the Code of Idendril, cutting off your hand was the fitting punishment. I'm afraid I can't let the wizard restore it.
Kaelin, are you sure?
I've made my decision.
She's changed since I last saw her.
She's changed since this morning.
My men have returned nearly all the fines I collected. They have orders not to stop until they've paid everyone back. Have I pleased you, mistress?
For now. See to it that all the released prisoners get home safely.
Yes, mistress.
Zed, I thought you'd be feasting on lamb at Ambrosio's tavern by now.
And miss watching the Mother Confessor bring justice back to Idendrew? Not even for Ambrosio's.
There's still so much to set right.
Why didn't you allow me to restore that young man's hand?
He stole grain from another family.
With his hand, he could have worked to repay them.
According to the Code of Idendril.
You know better than I do that those barbaric codes haven't been enforced for hundreds of years.
Yes. And look at the Midlands now. Zed, I did not come here to grant amnesty to thieves and petty criminals. I came here to abolish a corrupt system, to bring back the rule of law. If I start making exceptions, the rules will lose their meaning.
In the past, you've always been the one to err on the side of mercy.
What you call mercy is a stone's throw from chaos. Do you think I'm being unreasonable?
Unreasonable. Just very different from the Kaelin Emerald I know.
Before, my duty was to protect Richard. Here, I'm the leader. I have to have the people's respect. I hope I have yours.
Always, Kaelin.
Thank you.
What's wrong? You all right?
I'm fine. Everything's fine. I need to talk to you. Come on.
We're going to take a walk.
I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking, I don't have my powers.
No, that...
No. Richard, it's not that. I don't know if I'm going to get them back tomorrow or ever. But right now, this could be our only chance.
Are you saying?
Yes. If you want to.
You asked to see me, mistress?
Before you were confessed, your motives were greedy and selfish, and your methods unlawful.
Forgive me, mistress.
However, you also showed great strength and leadership. You took the Deharns out of Idendrill. You easily unseated the council. You come from a line of kings and great warriors. You meet the qualifications to sire the next confessor.
Mistress, I'm honored. I'll please you in ways you can't imagine.
I doubt that, but you can try. Oh, that won't be necessary. Just take off your clothes.